What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Ayrton back again with another reaction video. So how y'all doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing nice and proper. It's Wednesday, so happy Wednesday. And I'm saying middle of the week, kind of iffy with it, not to be productive. That's all right. It's the middle of the week, 2 days before the weekend. So just go ahead and just pull through. But let's hop right into some of the videos we have for y'all today. The first video of the day, we're taking a look at Formula One, not football, Formula One, the top 10 moments of Ayrton Senna Brilliance. I was recommended a video by Ryan Oliveira, so shout out to Ryan Oliveira for recommending the video. We're gonna be checking out that Formula One Senna Brilliance video by Formula One. Link in the description for check out the original video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Yep, subscribe to the channel, please. And let's hop right into the video. Stop wasting any time. Starting now. Now I don't know who he is. I don't know who Ayrton Senna is. Like I'm saying this is like first reaction. So you know what I'm saying? Let's hop right into it and let's see what it has to offer.
Ayrton Senna's defensive driving skills were second to none.
Okay.
And he demonstrated his incredible technique at the 1993 British Grand Prix. A great start saw him leap into second place at turn 1, just ahead of his great rival Alain Prost in the Williams. But even with the Professor in his slipstream, Senna displayed his mastery of both the Silverstone circuit and the art of driving to hold him off for a full 6 laps in his slower McLaren.
Wait. So basically, what I heard from there was the dude was driving a slower car and was able to hold off the dude behind him for 6 laps. Let's go back again. Let's see if that's what I heard. That's what I heard, right? Let me see.
Start saw him leap into second place at turn 1, just ahead of his great rival Alain Prost in the Williams. But even with the Professor in his slipstream, Senna displayed his mastery of both the Silverstone circuit and the art of driving to hold him off for a full 6 laps in his slower McLaren.
Yeah, so that's what I heard. Bro held him off for 6 laps. How long is 6 laps? That sounds like a lot. He held him off for 6 laps in a slower car. That's pretty good. That sounds like it's pretty good. I don't know how to drive, but that sounds like it is pretty good. But let's go though.
During qualifying for the 1990 Spanish Grand Prix, a blistering lap at the Jerez circuit saw Senna put in a time of 1 minute 18.387 seconds. That flying lap, a track record, earned Senna his 50th career pole position, with the Brazilian going a full 1.2 seconds faster than his McLaren teammate Gerhard Berger.
That takes the next level type of driving.
4 years earlier, the first Grand Prix to be held at Jerez saw one of the closest finishes in F1 history. Senna led in his Lotus, but on the final lap, his now very worn tyres were failing, and a freshly shod Nigel Mansell was bearing down on him. Senna defended superbly, but as they hit the final straight, the Briton darted alongside, and the 2 future champions sped for the line. Senna held on and took the flag first by just 14 thousandths of a second.
Close one. Yeah. That's pretty good. Because apparently his tires were bad, right? Apparently his tires were not good, and he was still able to hold off the dude because of like his driving skills, able to, like, you know what I'm saying? You want to go here, I'm coming here with you. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Apparently his tires weren't as fresh as the other dudes. So that his ability to do that was impressive. And that's what I understood. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's what I understood. Let's go though.
1992 Belgian Grand Prix. Eric Comas crashed his Ligier at the high-speed Blanchimont corner at 180 miles an hour. The Frenchman was unconscious with his engine still running and his foot pressing on the accelerator, pumping fuel into the system. Senna stopped his McLaren and dashed over to his stricken colleague, and spotting the danger of an imminent explosion, switched the engine off. Comas would later state that Senna had undoubtedly saved his life.
That is
disastrous start to the
no. Let's see that again. Yeah, because you notice how the rest of the guys continued the race, but he stopped. That's proper. That's proper. We gotta give him a round of applause for that one. Let's see that again.
Crashed his Ligier at the high-speed Blanchimont corner at 180 miles an hour. The Frenchman was unconscious with his engine still running and his foot pressing on the accelerator, pumping fuel into the system. Senna stopped his McLaren and dashed over to his stricken colleague, and spotting the danger of an imminent explosion, switched the engine off.
Yeah.
Thomas would later state that Senna had undoubtedly saved his life.
Nice little sportsmanship. Yeah, proper.
The 1988 Japanese Grand Prix saw pole sitter Senna left stationary on the grid as the lights went out, dropping him all the way to 16th place. With his chances of winning a maiden world championship dwindling, he went on one of the greatest charges in F1 history.
It's takeover time.
Within 20 laps, he was in second place, chasing down championship rival and teammate Alain Prost, and shortly after caught and passed him for the lead, before going on to take the win and secure the 1988 Drivers' Championship.
This is how superstars become superstars. This is how superstars become superstars. You're in a big game. I'm saying it's not a game. I'm saying you're in a big race. You're in a big race. You start off slow, kind of how Usain Bolt did it in the 2012 Olympics. Started off slow, came through in the end. This is how superstars become superstars. So I'm assuming he's a superstar. Let me know in the comments. I know he's a superstar. From that little action he pulled there, I know he's a superstar. Let's go back and see that again. Started off slow at 16th place, went up to second, and did his thing. Let's go.
Chasing down championship rival.
Wait, no. Let's go back. I didn't go back for it.
Left stationary on the grid as the lights went out.
Okay.
Dropping him all the way to 16th place.
That's what I'm saying.
With his chances of winning a maiden world championship dwindling, he went on.
It's a big game. It's a big game. His chances of winning a major something was on the line. You know what I'm saying? And he showed up and showed the hell out. Let's go.
Greatest charges in F1 history.
Yeah.
Within 20 laps, he was in second place, chasing down championship rival and teammate Alain Prost. And shortly after, caught and passed him for the lead, before going on to take the win.
Easy.
Secure the
Money.
1988 Drivers' Championship. It was a truly
easy money, boy.
Great, of course.
This is how superstars become superstars.
Lighter. And it's a great feeling.
A wet Donington bore witness to one of Senna's greatest ever single laps. Fourth on the grid for the 1993 European Grand Prix, a difficult start saw him drop a place to a young Michael Schumacher. But the Brazilian maestro then displayed all of his wet weather mastery, passing Schumacher and Carl Wendlinger through the Craner curves. And by turn 7, he'd overtaken Damon Hill. Then, with 2 corners to go, he slithered inside Prost and muscled his way through into a lead he would not relinquish. Senna's reputation as a wet-weather genius was established in his rookie season at the 1984 Monaco Grand Prix. Starting in 13th, in near-torrential rain, Senna masterfully manoeuvred his Tolman up to second place, passing legends such as Niki Lauda along the way. He chased down and passed race leader Alain Prost on lap 32, but Prost complained that the conditions were too dangerous.
No, don't give me that. You gotta master the wet weather, like he's done. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me that, the conditions were too hot. He was still driving in the same conditions, wasn't he? He was driving in the same conditions. And he, you know what I'm saying? He did his thing, and he showed up like the superstar that he is. Let's go, though.
Clerk of the course, Jackie Ickx, agreed, red flagging and stopping the race. As the results were then counted from the last completed lap, Prost was awarded victory, denying both Senna and Tolman an historic maiden win. Senna's win would come though, and it was again the weather that allowed him to prove his authority. At a rain-soaked Estoril in 1985, having secured his maiden pole position, he pushed his Lotus to the limit. As drivers behind him aquaplaned and spun off in droves, Senna sailed around the sodden circuit, leading from start to finish, and beating second-placed Michele Alboreto by over a minute to secure the first of what would become 41 career victories. In his 8th season as a Formula 1 driver, the now 31-year-old Senna finally won his home race in front of his adoring fans in Sao Paulo. Qualifying on pole, a superb start saw Senna lead for some 65 laps of the Interlagos circuit.
Okay.
But then, with the duck about to be broken, his McLaren's gearbox began to fail, losing a succession of gears until only 6th was available. As Williams, Ricciardo, Patrese and the rain clouds closed in, Senna managed to steer his stricken car home for the win using only one gear. As the Samba celebrations began, the victor, physically and emotionally exhausted after his grueling efforts, was barely able to lift the trophy. Perhaps Senna's single greatest moment was this qualifying lap from 1988.
Okay.
Senna himself remarked that his performance that day transcended his sense of reality, saying he was driving the car by a kind of instinct, only in a different dimension.
Bro was locked in. He was in the zone. Let's see that again. Peep him just drive in the zone. You know what I'm saying? He's in the zone. You know what I'm saying? Notice how they're explaining it to you that he's in the zone. He's in the zone. Let's go. Let's see that.
Perhaps Senna's single greatest moment was this qualifying lap from 1988.
Yeah.
Senna himself remarked that his performance that day transcended his sense of reality, saying he was driving the car by a kind of instinct, only in a different dimension.
The zone.
Beyond his conscious understanding.
The zone.
No onboard footage of the lap exists, but his time of 1 minute 23.998 was almost a second and a half quicker than teammate Prost. Truly, a legend at work.
The zone. So that was in it. That was in the clip of him driving in the zone. But anyways, he was in the zone. The way he explained it to him, that he wasn't even sure what was going on. He was just locked in for some reason. That's the zone. Yeah, only some people can tap into that. Only if you're a superstar in your sport can you tap into the zone. LeBron James in basketball, you know what I'm saying? Lionel Messi in football, you know what I'm saying? Tom Brady in American football. Ayrton Senna in Formula 1, they tap it into the zone, yeah. Only certain people can tap into that zone. So yeah, that number one proper. And him rescuing that dude that was on the verge of, you know what I'm saying, of something bad happening. A round of applause for that. A round of applause for that. And him coming in, starting off slow. In that race, he started off at like 16th place and just locking in and just pacing everybody and winning that race. I mean, that's how superstars become superstars. Cup on the line, go to work. Cup on the line, you lock in and you go to work and you win that race. You find a way to get the win, and he got the win. You know what I'm saying? Superstar. But let's go though. So Ayrton Senna. We saw some brilliance up in here. So shout out to Ryan Oliver for recommending the video. We had a lot of fun with this video. We're probably gonna check some other Formula 1 guys out pretty soon. But hopefully enjoy the video. Let me know what you think about the video. And Ayrton, hopefully I'm saying that right. Ayrton Senna in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.